Hey guys, John Loxley here, back with a new blind playthrough, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. So this came out in 2017 by Ninja Theory, the guys that did the Ninja Gaiden games, I believe. Hopefully I didn't mess that up, but, you know, whatever. So this is supposedly, I don't really know that much about it, to be honest, aside from it's supposed to be really dark and have really interesting imagery, and so that's why I picked it up. Now, the game did give me a warning when I first started about being careful of psychotic imagery, because they used apparently actual psychiatrists to put images into the game that people experiencing psychoses see. So it's kind of a warning for people that may be easily disturbed. I'm hoping we'll be disturbed by this, to be quite honest. But I'm excited. Like I said, I don't know much about it. Just from looking at the image here, it appears they did some kind of facial mapping and probably motion capture and stuff. I'm wondering if this can you see my mouse? Yes. I'm wondering if this person, I assume they used an actual model or an actual person for this. Like, this is probably actually somebody's face. Which is cool. I have no idea if the second one's going to be any good. I have no idea if this one's going to be any good, to be honest. The second one was just announced at E3 with some sort of weird Slipknot music video. I'm half joking, but I'm half serious. Apparently it was not... People were watching it and just like, what the fuck? So... Anyway, let's begin. Now, I am wearing headphones, I normally do, but the game also gave me some kind of little notice about, hey, this game uses 3D binaural sound. Binaural meaning each ear is considered a separate channel. And in my little test recording where I watched the first 30 seconds, it sounded like the person doing the speaking was switching from ear to ear. So, it does... YouTube, at least. I don't know about like BitChute and other places I upload this. Well, to be fair, BitChute's the only other place I do. But YouTube seems to have that 3D sound enabled as well. And so you can probably also wear headphones if you would choose and listen to the different binaural sounds. So there you go. Anyway, let's get started. If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. If it's not your first time, welcome back. Wow, excuse me. Jack was just... My cats were... Jack was just up on the back of the seat, and then as soon as I started recording, he left. He might be back later. And Manny is here in my lap, and he's going to chill out here for a little bit. So if the cats do stop by, or if you hear rubbing against the microphone, that's usually one of them slipping up here and rubbing their face up against the microphone. So they may make an appearance. Regardless, welcome. Let's get this started. Now, I am using a keyboard and mouse. Apparently, it does have full controller support if you wish. I'll be quiet during the cutscenes.
Hello. Who are you? Doesn't matter. Welcome. You're safe with me. I'll be right here, nice and close so I can speak without alerting the others. Let me tell you about Senua. Her story has already come to an end, but now it begins anew.
What's happening? It's breathing. The head. It's breathing. It's breathing. He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching. They're watching. They're watching.
This is a journey deep into darkness. There will be no more stories after this one.
What is she doing? Why is she doing this? They're watching. Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. I can feel you coming. Quiet.
rude of me. I never told you of the others. You hear them too, right? They've been around ever since the tragedy. Well, that's not quite true. Some are old, some are new, but they've changed. I think the darkness changed them, just like it changed her.
Can you see them? Over there.
Why isn't she looking?
Why aren't you looking?
He's in Hellheim. Look. Up ahead. Hellheim. You see it too?
You promised you gave you.
Yes. It is real after all. She's finally arrived in the land of mist and fog. The place the Northmen call Hell.
Turn back. Go back. Go back. It's not safe. Turn back.
Go back, go back, go
It's
back.
not safe.
It's there. They're here.
Can you see that? I can see it.
Look around and you will see them. The drowned, the sick, the slain. Here they lie, rotting in the fields and rivers of hell. But the dead don't always lie still here. This is not a place of rest.
I can't do this. Go back. Go back. They're going to do that to you. Can you see them? Can you see them? They're going to do that to you. They're watching. Stop. Can you feel them watching? They're watching her. They're watching her. You're so close to the darkness. Go back. Can you feel it?
What is she thinking? I can tell you. She's afraid. Wouldn't you be? You'd think she would get used to it by now after so many years. But the darkness, it just builds onto itself, growing stronger, towering over her. You might try and ignore it, turn away. But it's always there, just out of sight, where you're most vulnerable. It's like it knows that just enough light is all you need to see its suffocating power.
They can feel you.
You might think she's brave to go on this journey on her own, but it isn't bravery that drives her. Bravery only means something to those afraid of death. Senua's fear runs far, far deeper. What is she looking at? What is she leaving behind? I know what she's thinking. I hear her thoughts. It's not too late to get into the boat and go back. No one will judge her. No one will ever know. Oh, she heard us.
There's no going back.
Senua pushes away a world that conspired to cause so much suffering. There's nothing to go back to, and worse to look forward to. Why don't you join us? Maybe you too have a part to play in this story.
Let me just pause here real fast. I don't know if the voices are gonna keep talking or not, but very interesting so far. So I don't know what they mean by psychosis when they talked about it, or when they gave the little warning. The first credits they introduced were the mental health consultant and someone else, I don't remember, but presumably the people they consulted with to build the game around, as if they're actually trying to either scare the player, or put us into the shoes of a person with mental illness, possibly both. It's also interesting. There's multiple voices, right? So there is the one that's talking to us, which she seems to be aware of. She seems to be aware of that main voice. And then the others are kind of like narrators of her fear that she maybe hears, maybe doesn't, but they don't seem to be the dominant voices, I guess, if that's a way to say it properly. But they mentioned something about the voices were always there, and then the darkness changed them as it changed her. And I thought that was pretty interesting, because there is I can't remember, maybe you guys have seen it. There's a TED Talk about from a woman that hears voices, and she always heard them, and they weren't a problem because they would sort of narrate her life, like, oh, she enters the room, this and this and that. It was only after she told people, and people were like, whoa, that's weird, and her perception of them shifted. At least this is my interpretation of the facts as they were presented, right? Which is, my thought is that the voices come from within. I'm not talking about Senua. I'm talking about the lady that was given the TED Talk. And it was only when she began to view the voices as hostile or as something to be feared that they changed. Which is interesting. And I feel like probably not good. And you could, take that example throughout most of the mental illness we have in our society today. And not even just mental illness, just the whole victim culture. The ideal of anything horrible that happens to us, or anything that happens to us, period, is to accept it and heal and move on, not let it destroy us from the inside. Right? That's the goal. It's a hard thing to do in a society that rewards, or seems to reward, victims. This is not anyone that's watching this that does have issues or has experienced hardship in their life. This is not like a judgment or anything like that. But and there's no but. I said but inadvertently. The goal should be to heal, and this is not me minimizing anyone's personal tragedies or anything either. We as people should be able to overcome. We should become stronger. And even though, maybe we'll never fully heal from the things that happen to us, but ideally, we should be able to take those and be like, yes, this is a part of me now, and set it aside. Or set it down, or something like that. We shouldn't let it rule our lives. If possible, we can heal and move on and let it go and maybe leave it behind as we move forward. But, you know, it's bad to let things break us because other people feel that they should, if that makes any sense. You know, I'm not a professional. I'm not in the mental health field. These are just hopefully benign thoughts that I have, hopefully helpful. I'm sure someone's going to come out and say, you know, what you're saying is very dangerous and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I hope not. I don't think so. I think people should strive to heal from whatever issues that they have. You know, that's all. I don't, back to Senua. The description in the store, on the Steam store page, said something about a broken Viking warrior. It said she takes a vision quest, but I'm not quite... I have no idea if this is real or not. She might not either. We might be experiencing an unreliable narrator situation, which is good. I'm curious to see where this leads, and I'm curious to see the message, you know, if there is one. It is entirely possible that we're going to watch Senua's downfall here as she gets worse and worse, and her mental illness takes over and consumes her. That's a possibility. Another possibility is that she heals. I don't think that's likely, to be fair, but what I suspect is going to happen is she goes on this vision quest. Oh, she's fighting for the soul of her lover, which I assume is the head in the bag that she's got. My prediction is she fights for the soul of the lover and goes on this vision quest, and then at the end accepts herself, accepts whatever, and then dies. That's kind of what I expect. Almost like a Dante's Inferno type deal, but I have no idea. And apparently there's combat in this as well, which is going to be interesting and hopefully not terrible. Maybe I'll switch to the controller after all, but we'll see. We'll see. Having Manny here makes that a little bit awkward, but let's. I think I've rambled enough for now. Let's keep going. By the way, if you guys do have any thoughts about mental illness or anything we're talking about or seeing here in this playthrough, by all means, leave a comment. I'm curious. You know, that's it. Even if I piss some of you off, that's fine too. I read all of them. When YouTube does give me the comments, sometimes it takes a couple days for them to show up. So I can't. I do try and respond to everybody. Just FYI. Okay, so now it seems like I have a little bit more camera control. Before, I could only kind of stand behind her and do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Also, her, whoever did the motion caption stuff, I assume they did the face. And they said who the model was, or who did the motion capture. If they did the face stuff, they're doing an awesome job, because she looks afraid. And then she pushed the log away. You know, the whole no going back. But the voice said it. It's like, what is there to go back to? You know? Okay, so we have our controls. Left and right strafe. Back and forward. Presumably that's the head. Oh, you can kind of see it. I'm sure it'll tell us at the appropriate time Okay, and those are real, like, or at least we can't walk through them. Can we run? Yes. Space is... Okay, space and control I saw, but they don't do anything at the moment. Oh, she's looking at this.
Look closer. Look. Use your eyes. Wait, she looking closer. She needs to look closer. Focus.
The subtitles also don't always match up with the actual voices, but that's okay. All right. There was some weird loading or something there. I assume I right-click. No, fast strike, heavy strike, melee, attack is F? What? Interact is F. Focus is E? What is focus? Photo mode. Well, whatever. Okay, so F does nothing. E? You gotta hold it, though?
Do not forget my stories, Senua. Because your darkness comes from hell, and your fate lies there. They say the burning of a corpse will take you straight to Hela's gate, but gods and the living will follow this path. You must leave the Isles of Orkney across the eastern sea, and find a road that leads north and down through deep, dark valleys. After 9 nights of riding, you will follow a great river, and will find a bridge covered in gold. The path to Helheim goes from there, across the River of Knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
I assume that's what we're going to experience. We shall see. Also, it looks like there's some sort of carving in this stone itself. I mean, obviously the runes along the side, or language, whatever, but like a picture of something. Okay. Well. Okay. Well, there's some, I wonder if this will hurt. Oh, these are more like a gate, not so much a phalanx. But she's... Well, no, she's not looking at anything at the moment. She's kind of freaked out a little bit. Oh, okay. We just, Is it turning to nighttime? Or is it an eclipse? What's coming? Oh, this is not good. This seems bad.
The darkness is coming. It yearns for life, hungers for it, like a pack of wolves on a hunt. But she's not stopping.
Can I grab this torch? No. Should I be, like, actually running? I just don't... The problem is, you know how... Hang on, let me pause again so I don't screw anything up. Some games, if you keep moving forward, you'll trigger more dialogue, and that maybe sometimes cuts off the previous stuff. But I want to... That's why I didn't run, even though there's a run button, like shift or whatever. Yeah, run, left shift. Because my thought was, well, if I get to the torch or whatever, they'll think, you know, I was like, if I run, they'll say something else, or it'll cut off the dialogue, or whatever. So I was like, I want to hear all the dialogue. Yeah, I don't know. Just trying to, put my thought processes across. This is kind of freaky, though. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little... Like, when it's like, run, she needs to run, I'm like, oh my god, do I need to run? Like, what do I need to do? Okay, I don't know what's going on there, if that's like graphical issues or what.
Not this time.
Something about the darkness. Not this time. It seems like it's calmer now. Okay, she's running on her own.
The land of mist and fog. The old fool was right. What was it he said? The river of knives across which lies the halls of hell. The place they call Helheim.
He's lost. He's lost. Where are you? I hear you. He's there, you know it.
There's no doubt about
He's
it.
lost.
The source of the darkness is in Helheim,
They're called
and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
coming.
Her dear beloved, Dillian.
So I think the voice that we're hearing, the narrator, is the same as is Senua's voice, I believe. That's what it sounds like anyway. So I'm just trying to figure out what happened. Like, did her lover...
Why is she doing this? Why doesn't she turn back? She's doing this for him. She wants to rescue him. He's already dead. His soul still lives. She needs to save his soul. She wants his soul to live. She needs to learn to trust.
That's loud.
He's already dead. She can save him. There's nothing she can do.
So is hell like
She can't let him rot.
like an actual hell? Is it hell in the way that we think of hell? Can I go this way? I assume we're gonna hit the... Oh, it's an invisible wall. Okay, that makes sense. I wondered. Let's run back, I suppose. I mean, this looks great, honestly. This looks really good. But is it like, the Vikings, right? So there's hell, and then there's... Like, is hell the Dishonored Warriors, where they go, and then... Oh, that was... That the game kind of hesitated there for a second. So is there a good place? The Mead Hall or something? I don't know. I feel like there is one, but I don't... My Norse mythology... Is it Norse? Like Odin and all that? I feel like that's... what this is supposed to...
The bridge to Helheim. I forget its name. She forgets too. But she does remember that only the dead may cross it. That part wasn't so easy to forget. The old fool said there was a hidden path up to it. Let's see, shall we?
Yeah, only the dead may cross it and stuff. So, yeah, she's probably... She might be dead. She might be... She might have already killed herself, right? Sent her soul here to rescue Dillion. So there's supposedly a hidden path up to the bridge. That could be it. Over there. Over and up, perhaps? This is gorgeous, though. Do we have footprints? No. But honestly, it might be the sand might not be soft. It might be, you know, maybe it never leaves footprints. Okay, another save. By the way, her dreadlocks look awesome. Okay, let's focus on this.
The Northmen speak of 9 worlds. The world of men they call Midgard. Sky gods dwell in Asgard. The gods of earth, harvest, wind, and sea dwell in Vanaheim. The good elves dwell in Alfheim. The evil ones dwell in Svartalfheim. The mountain giants dwell in Jotunheim. The fire giants dwell in Muspelheim. Niflheim is the world of ice and darkness. Only the dead dwell in Helheim. And that is where you must travel.
Right. Asgard, Odin and stuff. And that's where all the... What is it? Like warriors that die in battle. The Valkyries summon them and... You know, they go there. Oh, it's raining now. Still beautiful. Look at that. We're gonna take it easy. That was the F key for interact. Interesting that some of the voices are like, don't look down, like they're very negative, and then some of the voices are like, yeah, keep going, you can do it, that's it. You know, it's almost like they're like our subconscious given a voice, right? Like maybe that's how it works. So is she a warrior? She has a sword and stuff, but isn't that I mean, were women allowed to be warriors back in the Viking days? Maybe they had to be. I don't remember. Okay, let's yep. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear that. It's like one of the voices like, don't do it. Others like, keep going, don't stop, whatever you do. And others like, fall. It's kind of messed up. And the rain is... The rain is going sideways now? Well, let's... What do we interact again? I guess so. Ooh. Oh, hang on. That was the vibration function on my controller. So let's move that a little bit. That's going to be loud. Maybe I should unplug the controller.
Why did she do that? She shouldn't have done it. She can't go back now.
No, this is it. The hidden path.
That's cool. Looks evil, but it's cool.
He's going to hurt you. It's dangerous.
Don't kill me. I'm not one of them.
Listen.
I was just hiding. I find I live longer that way. I'll never let the bastards catch me again. Never! Wait. Who are you?
It's just a memory.
Druth? Is that you?
Around you now.
For my tales of the Northmen, they call me Druth. A liar.
He's
An old fool. Truth is my truth. Huh?
It's good to see you again. You kept your vow.
Guide you in this life and the next. I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Tell me your stories again, old friend. I'm listening.
The runes seal the gates to hell. Focus your inner eye, and you too will see what's hidden in plain sight.
Look really clearly. Focus, Senua. Focus. Focus and you'll see. What happens if you focus?
All right, let's focus, just like we did on the previous.
I can see one.
Hold it in your mind's eye. Find one like it to open the gate.
Okay. Find one like it.
It's the secret.
Find one like it, huh? Well, maybe back this way? Yeah, it's still there, okay. Okay. Where?
It's near. Focus, and you will find it. Look towards the gate, and the gate will open.
Oh, it's the shadow. Do I focus on that? Or do we just get back to the gate, I suppose?
The gate is open. Go through the gate.
Go through it.
It's dangerous.
Follow it.
What's behind the gate?
Where will it take you?
It's not safe. It worked.
I spent 6 years enslaved in hell, but I watched the Northmen, learnt their ways.
I know you did.
You listened when everyone else laughed. My people paid a heavy price. Carry my stories with you, and together we will make the Northmen feel our fury.
So Druth.
Another voice joins us. She once tried to make them go away. Pretend they weren't real. But what good is that? When we are always here.
So my litter robot is doing its cleaning thing. You could probably hear it as I'm talking. Druth sounds like he was from another clan that was probably killed off and absorbed by Senua's clan. Or tribe, or whatever they're called in Viking speak. It's a little weird that you have a live action person in a video game. Like, it sets... When he was, not fully in focus, that was okay, because you're like, oh, alright. But then as soon as it became focused and you're like, wait, this is like a real actor with makeup and wearing an actual helmet and stuff, it kind of like pulled me out of the game a little bit. I'm like, oh, it's like seeing CGI Princess Leia in the new Star Wars movies. It's just like, no. And then the other thing is, Druth said he was enslaved in hell, so this is potentially a real place, which is weird. I'm not sure what vengeance he wants to have, though. We're probably going to slip on this, I would imagine. Oh, yeah. There you go. Are you afraid of heights? Nice and easy, we're gonna keep climbing. These rocks, I would imagine, are super slick, because I would imagine they'd be covered with moss and wet, you know? Then again, the wood would probably be rotting, so, you know.
I guess it's the same with heights. You can stand on the edge, pretend it's going to be okay. But you know that death is near, waiting for you to make that little slip. You can't just wish things away.
So I'll potentially be talking a lot through this playthrough. Yeah, this is freaking terrifying. Save point. Good.
The world of the dead is ruled by the giantess, Hela, daughter of Loki. The gods feared her bloodline, bad on her mother's side and yet much worse on her father's. So, as a child, the All-Father cast her down into Helheim and gave her power over those who die of sickness, age, hardship, and self-slaughter. In all of the 9 worlds, only Hela can resurrect the dead. To Hela, your Dillion was sacrificed, and with her you must bargain.
He was sacrificed to Hela. That's interesting. This reminds me a lot of Shadow of the Colossus. Right? Like, because Wander, his whole purpose was to resurrect the girl. I don't remember her name. But she was potentially sacrificed as well, much in the same way that Dillion potentially was. And just like Senua, Wander went to a place that was forbidden. I mean, he battled Colossi to resurrect her. This is very similar to that. Alright, let's keep going, though. We have a few more minutes. I'm going to try and get inside that place, because I assume that's where we're going to go. Can I go over here? I wonder if I could fall. I mean, I'm curious. I got a little close to the edge and then I hit the F key to interact with the ladder, but I assume you potentially could. And is this another... No, now it won't let me fall this time. My controller didn't vibrate that time. That was weird. Achievement unlocked. The fight begins.
Stay back. Don't open it.
The gate to Helheim divides the living from the dead. Is that the face of Hela herself? The half-rotten goddess that rules over Helheim. Whatever horrors lie behind that door, she must find him. Shh. Someone's here.
Presumably we have to fight something now. I assume it said because the fight begins.
I'll give you what you want. I won't resist anymore. Just give him back.
Whoa. Oh. Well, there's somebody. Okay, well. I just... left click, I guess. Oh, and there's another. Block is control, right? I see. So there is... what's, oh, spaces. Oh. Oh, you have to fight multiples of them now, huh? Oh, they're shadow monsters. Can I not fight them? Is that how this works? Am I supposed to die? Well, alright. Is she dead? Oh, that's creepy. Oh.
A vision of what's to come. Poor Senua. The darkness does not bargain. It does not reason. It is rot. And now it has taken hold. It will spread towards her head, the seat of the soul, until there is nothing left of her. All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
The dark rot will grow each time you fail. If the rot reaches Senua's head, her quest is over. Okay. And all progress will be lost. There you go. Don't die too many times. So you could probably die, like, what, 4 times, 5 times, something like that. Maybe 3.
The hardest battles are fought in the mind. That is what Dillian taught her. With every defeat, the dark rot will grow and soon it will take her soul. But for now, at least, she still has control of her mind. And she will fulfill her vow, whatever the cost.
Oh, you're heavy, Manny.
Listen to me, Senua.
Oh, sorry.
The goddess Hela lies behind the gate to Helheim. To open the gate, you must first face the gods that guard it. The god of fire, Surt, and the god of illusion, Valravn. Spill their blood to open the gate to Helheim and enter the land of the dead.
Okay. Well, let's stop here.
She has to fight two gods first. Two gods? Two gates. Which will she choose first? One of them will kill her, I know it.
She's going to die. Uh-oh.
Which one will she challenge first?
Be very careful, Senua.
Choose a gate, Senua.
Two gates, two gods.
She's too scared.
Which one?
Okay, well, combat difficulty is auto. I don't know what that means. Does that mean if you do well, it gets harder, and if you do poorly, it gets easier? That's a possibility. The other possibility is, like, what's the deal with fighting those shadow monsters? Do you run? Do you need fire to get rid of them? Because she couldn't fight them very well. All she could do was block. And I think it automatically saved, right? I mean, I saw the little thing down there, so we should be good. If not, then whatever. Next time we'll just play through to this part again. Yeah, that's interesting and kind of freaky at the same time because, and apparently there's Hellblade feature. I clicked on that first and it's like, this contains spoilers for the entire game, so I guess it's probably just all the movies like linked together, which is cool. So as soon as I saw like the little warning, I'm like, nope, escape, get out of this, get out of this. It's entirely possible that even though it's like, oh, if the rot gets to her head, she dies and you lose all your progress, it's entirely possible that is that's fake, as in it's going to ensure that you get killed a few times during the course of the game, so that you look like you're gonna lose or whatever. Or maybe it's gonna get you there and then you get to the last boss and then it's like, oh yeah, they just killed you immediately, you failed in your quest and blah blah blah. But that's the point, is that she fails, maybe. Or it's possible there's multiple endings. That's a possibility as well. Like I said, I don't really know. Kill two gods and the gate will open. Okay. Well, anyway, that's it for this time. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. Like I said before, if you want to leave comments, either on the YouTube or BitChute videos, then that's fine. I do respond to basically every comment as long as it gets to me. YouTube is a little weird about that whole thing. I also do something every video, which is a unique positive moment. It encourages people to... Excuse me, I am tired. I'm drinking coffee. That doesn't seem to be helping. But you're supposed to do a unique positive moment every day. You're actually, according to the rules, so to speak, you're actually supposed to do 3, but we just do 1. And it's just to challenge you to find a unique positive thing every day, and over time it trains you to look for the positives in life, because you're always like, wait, oh, that would be a good positive moment. I should write that down or mentally remember it or whatever. And so after a while, you learn to look for the positive stuff in life. And so it's supposed to increase your happiness, increase your positivity. Not like false positivity, but good stuff. So what is your guys' unique positive moment for today? For me, I'm going to go with this coffee, even though it doesn't really seem to be helping a whole lot. I roasted it myself yesterday, and it is pretty darn good, if I say so myself. It doesn't have to be anything special. It's just got to be, it's unique because you can't use the same one every day. So you're not supposed to use the same one repeatedly. But anyway. I need that. I need more. I still have another cup. I'm going to drink that right now. But that's my unique positive moment. Hopefully your guys is just as good, if not better. Hopefully better, of course. And I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, guys, take care.